Hello future engineers, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends, to your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe. So let's have a problem on wind loads. Compute the external support reactions of the typical interior frame shown spaced 7.5 meters apart, assuming wind speed of 225 kilometers per hour. The frame members weigh 5 kilonewtons per meter. Wind pressure coefficients are C sub 1 positive 0.3, C sub 2 negative 0.4, and C sub 3 negative 0.6. So here is the frame. So for the pressure, it is 0.0473 velocity square in pascals, and we'll convert this to kilopascals. V is 225 kilometers per hour, so it is equal to 2394.6 pascals or 2.3946 kilopascals. Therefore, the uniform wind pressure in kilonewton per meter here is wind pressure coefficient 0.3 at 1 times wind pressure 2.3946 times uh, spacing perpendicular to the screen, which is 7.5. So W1 is equal to zero point 0.3 times 2.3946 times 7.5, and that is equal to 5.388 kilonewtons per meter. Therefore, we can now compute the horizontal component of wind load on this phase 1, and it is equal to 5.388 kilonewtons per meter times vertical projection 12. So it is equal to 64.656 kilonewtons as shown. The calculation is not presented, but I just dictate it 5.388 times 12. The vertical component of wind load, because this is positive pressure, is equal to 5.388 times 5, and that is equal to 26.94 kilonewtons. The weight of this member AB, the length is square root of 5 square plus 12 square, so 13. So it is 5 times 13, so 65 kilonewtons downward as shown. So by the way, the location of these forces would be half of 5, 2.5, 2.5, and vertically from A, half of 12, 6 meters. Then the vertical component of weight, or the weight of this member, is equal to 65 kilonewtons. 5 kilonewtons per meter times the length, which is 13 meters, square root of 5 square plus 12 square. So it is 65 kilonewtons. W2 is wind pressure coefficient 0.4 times 2.3946 times 7.5. So W2 is equal to 7.184 kilonewtons, or the X component of force, because this is suction, is leftward. It is 7.184 times vertical projection 7, and it is equal to 50.288 kilonewtons leftward. The vertical component of wind load is upward, suction also. It is 7.184 times horizontal projection 24, so it is equal to 172.416 kilonewtons. On this frame here, remember, it is negative, so W3 is 0.6 times, by the way, the weight of member BC is 5 kilonewtons per meter times the length of BC, which is square root of 24 square plus 7 square, that's 25. 5 times 25 is 125 kilonewtons. And the location of these forces vertically is half of 7, 3.5, 3.5 meters, and horizontally half of 24, 12, 12 meters as shown. Then for CD, the X component of force is, so let's compute for W first. W3, which is 0.6 times 2.3946 times 7.5, and it is equal to W3 10.776 kilonewtons per meter. The horizontal component of force, wind force, is rightward because this is suction away, and it is equal to 10.776 times 24, and that is equal to 258.624 kilonewtons rightward. The vertical component of wind load is upward, and it is 10.776 times 7, and it is equal to 75.432 kilonewtons. The weight of member CD, the length is square root of 7 square plus 24 square, so 25. So 5 times 25 is also 125 kilonewtons. And this point of applications of this wind load components and gravity load would be 3.5, 3.5 from left and right of C and D respectively, and vertically half of 24 12 meters as shown. Then we put the reactions. Let's assume the direction shown, AX rightward, AY upward, and at D, DX leftward, and DY upward. So considering the entire system, summation of moments about D, by the way, the vertical distance between A and D is 24 meters minus 12 plus 7, 19, so 5 meters as shown. So summation moment about D equals 0, clockwise positive. So AX times 5 minus AY times 29 plus 7, 36. So AX times 5 minus plus, same plus clockwise, AY times 36. Then plus 64.656. The distance is moment arm is 24 minus quantity 7 plus 6, 24 minus 13 is 11. So plus 64.656 times 11, clockwise positive, plus 172.416 times 12 plus 7, 19, 172.416 times 19, then plus 258.624 times 12, 12, then plus 75.432 times 3.5, then equals. So let's begin with these forces, counterclockwise positives. It equals quantity 26.94 plus 65 times 7 plus 24 is 31 plus 2.5, 33.5, plus 50.288 times 15.5, where 15.5, sorry, 24 minus 3.5, 20.5, so plus 50.288 times 20.5, plus 125 times 12 plus 7, 19, plus 125 times 19, then plus 125 times 3.5. So simplifying, 5AX plus 36AY is equal to negative 431.226. Call that equation 1. Next, we consider ABC, portion ABC. We sum up moments about C equals 0, then counterclockwise positive. So we have AX times 19 minus AY times 29. So AX times 19 minus AY times 29, 24 plus 5, 29, plus 64.656. The moment arm is 6 plus 7, so 13. So plus 64.656 times 13, then plus these two vertical loads combined, 26.94 plus 65. Moment arm is 2.5 plus 24, so 26.5. 26.94 plus 65 times 26.5. then plus 125 times 12, then equals 50.288 times 3.5 and plus 172.416 times 12. So simplifying this equation, we have 19ax minus 29ay equals negative 2531.938. Call that equation 2. So we can now solve equations 1 and 2 simultaneously, and we get ax equals negative 125.0 kilonewtons, ay equals 5.388 kilonewtons. So since ax is negative, it means that its direction should be opposite to the one that is assigned or labeled in the figure. So ax is equal to 125 kilonewtons leftward. That's the answer. Leftward, and ay is 5.388 kilonewtons upward. Then, considering again the whole system, we sum up moments about A clockwise positive. So we have summation moment about A equals 0, dx times 5 minus dy times 36. So dx times 5 minus dy times 36. So let's begin with these forces here. So plus 258.624. The moment arm is 19 minus 12, so 7. So plus 258.624 times 7, then plus 125 times 29 plus 3.5 is 32.5. So plus 125 times 32.5. Then here, plus 125 times 12 plus 7, 12 plus 5, 17, plus 125 times 17. Then plus 64.656 times 6. Then plus these two combined quantity, 26.94 plus 65 times 2.5. Then equals 75.432 times 29 plus 3.5, 32.5. 75.432 times 32.5. Then here, counterclockwise, 50.288 times 15.5, 12 and 3.5. 50.288 times 15.5 plus 172.416, 12 plus 5, 17. So plus 172.416 times 17. Then that's it. Simplifying, 5 dx minus 36 dy is equal to negative 2453.578. Call that equation 3. Then considering portion CD, we sum up moments about this interior hinge C equals 0, clockwise positive. So we have dx times 24 minus dy times 7. So dx times 24 minus dy times 7, then plus 125 times 3.5, then equals 258.624 times 12 plus 75.432 times 3.5. So simplifying this equation, we have 24 dx minus 7 dy is equal to 2930. Equation 4. Solving equations 3 and 4 simultaneously, we get dx equals 148.0 kilonewtons, dy equals 88.70 kilonewtons. So that means dx is correct leftward, 148 kilonewtons leftward, and dy is correct, 88.7 kilonewtons upward. So that's it for this video. There's no need to check because I already checked this. If you want to, if you are curious with the results, you just check it summation forces x if it is 0 and summation forces y equals 0. So I hope that you were able to follow the explanation and solutions. You should, because this is structural theory and you're through with statics, and the formulation of equations and the solution are just part of statics.